This morning, new video showing the aftermath of those raids of the Miami and Los Angeles homes of embattled music mogul P Diddy Combs amid the firestorm of sex trafficking allegations. The video, obtained by TMZ, shows the inside of Combs' LA Holmby Hills mansion after Homeland Security investigators swarmed the home, cabinets and safes left open, papers strewn. In Miami, new photos obtained by DailyMail.com showing bedrooms turned over, drawers gone through. Sources tell ABC News guns were found in both locations and investigators seized multiple electronic devices.
That P Diddy stuff is madness, bro.
Oh my God.
It's crazy.
That P Diddy stuff is insane. Like the video I just did is like literally going viral. It's almost at like 300,000 views from this morning. I posted this morning.
Wow.
But that story is insane, especially having all those macho male rappers in there.
Yeah, Cuba Gooding Jr.,
Meek Mills.
Meek Mills, Usher.
Yeah,
so it's shooting up. It's looking like some Black Epstein type stuff.
Yeah, what the hell's going on? We got Fannie Willis. Our lawyers are going bad. The rappers are going bad. What the hell's going on? We need intervention right now.
Exactly. Everybody's caught up. I was like, man, I wonder if Puffy's got a recording of me down at the Intercontinental Atlanta. They got all the videos, all the tapes. I was like, oh.
You know what's so crazy, Nate? I went to get my nails done the other day, and because of this case, I purposely avoided white nails. The day that it dropped,
got the white nails.
I got freak off nails for 2 weeks.
Got the
Isn't it
freak
beautiful?
off nails. That is
my God.
Right. So that's crazy. It's like some eyes wide shut shit. They're wearing masquerade masks, doing drugs, sex acts for multiple days. Is that Hollywood? You need to let me know if that's correct or not, man. I multiple days? God damn. Okay, keep going.
Okay. I hope you guys are sitting down.
Jesus.
Mr. Combs began to call the arrangement a freak off, or FO.
I gotta have a freak off. I gotta use that. We're gonna have a 4-day freak off. Shout out to Puffy Combs. Yeah, man, it's getting hot in here. We are gonna have a 4-day freak off. I've never heard of this shit in my life, and I'm from Atlanta. All right, keep going.
Okay. The fan fell. Okay.
What the fuck is this?
An FO. He would repeatedly tell Miss Ventura at random moments that he wanted an FO. Miss Ventura was eventually expected to facilitate the location and the hiring of male sex workers. At certain points during Miss Ventura and Mr. Combs' relationship, he would insist on an FO weekly.
What?
Mr. Combs would repeatedly tell Miss Ventura that this practice was our thing, our secret. FOs would often take place in hotel suites, including at the Trump International Hotel in Columbus Circle, that's DC. I don't know how to pronounce that one, in Beverly Hills, the London Hotel in LA, the Intercontinental Century City, the Intercontinental in Atlanta.
Intercontinental in Atlanta.
In Atlanta.
Shut up, I was just at that bitch. What was it, about 4 months ago?
Okay, look at the building the same.
Shout out to the Intercontinental Atlanta. We made it, guys. We made it. I was just at that bitch. All right, let's keep going.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the AV7 channel, where we talk about all things law and crime. This past Monday, the world woke to the news that 2 homes belonging to one P Diddy Combs were raided by the Department of Homeland Security. The raids were a result of a search warrant specifically targeting evidence related to the allegations of human trafficking. These allegations are grave and have understandably led to a public outcry for transparency and justice. The search warrant, while a significant step, is only a part of a broader investigation that has been building since late 2023. Before law enforcement officials are legally authorized to perform a search of a private residence, they must first establish probable cause. Black's Law Dictionary defines probable cause as a reasonable ground to suspect that a person has committed or is committing a crime, or that a place contains specific items connected with the crime. Under the Fourth Amendment, probable cause, which amounts more than a bare suspicion, but less than evidence that would justify a conviction, must be shown before an arrest or search warrant is issued. Here, the federal government was able to obtain a search warrant. The backdrop to Monday's raids is a series of allegations that surfaced in November of last year. 6 plaintiffs have come forward with accusations against Combs, detailing a disturbing pattern of misconduct. These allegations range in nature, but together paint a troubling picture that may have prompted law enforcement to take action. Cases against Diddy in the last few months include Rodney Jones v. Sean Combs. This is Little Rod, filed on February 2nd, 2024.
Sleep with him. He was promised $250,000 to purchase all the instruments he wants, plus $20 million in property. Interesting. All right, you want to read this number 15?
Yeah. According to Mr. Jones, Mr. Combs would often switch up his approach. He would go from promising Mr. Jones the world to threatening Mr. Jones with physical harm. Diddy threatened to eat Mr. Jones' face.
Jesus.
And informed Mr. Jones that he was willing to kill his mother.
Wow.
Janice Combs, if he must get what he wanted, so he wouldn't think twice about harming Mr. Jones. In light of Diddy's detailed history of committing violent crimes, plaintiff's fear of Mr. Combs is reasonable. And this is interesting because Gene Deal, Diddy's former head of security, mentioned recently on The Art of Dialogue that Diddy smacked his mama once or twice.
Damn, imagine smacking your mama. Mm-hmm. I had lunch with my mama today. Like, how would you smack your own mama? Golly.
And that was like in the 90s. So the fact that you also see that here, it kind of makes what Gene Deal say, like what he's saying, a little credible. If Diddy's threatening people, like, I've hurt my mother before I hurt you.
Golly, you know, I don't know what it's like to be a parent, so y'all know better than me. But if I was like 55, and let's say my 25-year-old son, we get to arguing, and my 25-year-old son stand up, walk across, and slap me in the face, like, I might have to kill him. Like, I don't. What would you do if your 25-year-old son just slapped you, just hauled off? Now, if you're a woman, you know, what can you do, I suppose? But if you're a man and you're older, and he's 25, you're older, you're probably 55. But at what point do you stop being a man?
Yeah, and if he's 54 now, and if he's done this in his 20s, and if we're looking at this document, and if these allegations were in 2023, that means that if he smacked his mother 20 years ago, he's still threatening people, saying that if he did that to his mom, he'll definitely hurt you.
Yeah, and he, you know, Little Rod just saw the dude shoot a dude in the stomach. Mm-hmm. You know, heard the gunshots, went in there and scooped him off the ground, was holding a man in his arms that Puffy had shot. So
crazy.
If Puffy is slapping his mother, Puffy is shooting dudes in the stomach. I mean, you got to take that man seriously. You can't be like, oh no, Puffy's a square. Ain't no squares running around that are slapping their mothers and shooting dudes in the stomach.
This is why we do not, of the Cape Verdean delegation, we do not want him on these islands.
Jane Doe v. Sean Combs, filed December 2nd of 2023. Liza Gardner v. Sean Combs, filed November 23rd, 2023. This is the person that alleged that Aaron Hall was involved with this and is listed as a co-defendant. Joy Dickerson Neal v. Sean Combs, November 23rd, 2023. She accused Diddy of drugging her after a date while she was in college. Cassandra Cassie Ventura v. Sean Combs, filed November 16th, 2023, and notably settled one day after the complaint was filed. It's important to note that both for Gardner and Dickerson Neal, the New York Supreme Court is where that was filed. And one day before the deadline ended to file cases under the New York's Adult Survivors Act, the act gave victims 1 year to bring civil complaints for SA offenses that had previously been barred by the statute of limitations. Notably, Keefe D, arrested for the murder of Tupac Shakur and facing trial this upcoming summer, has made public statements that Diddy offered to pay him to take out Tupac and Suge Knight.
I've been watching this on smaller scales, and I'm like, I immediately distrust everything, but then I see the settlement so fast for so much money. And while the accusations are pretty salacious, they kind of fit a lot of sort of narratives about wealthy, powerful people. And P. Diddy's a very wealthy dude.
Yeah.
So
and it's
at least last I checked, I don't know. I thought he was dead, so.
Listen, he's been around for a long time. The thing is if you really pull out the magnifying glass, you start to see that Diddy is involved with a lot of things. There are bodies involved with him. Do you guys remember like J-Lo and him were at like a shooting a few years ago, and Shine, the rapper Shine, got arrested for it? There's the connection to Tupac. There's his wife, one of the women he dated, died mysteriously.
Yeah, and the Tupac thing is like recently refreshed.
Yes.
I wonder if that timing has something to do with this lawsuit as well.
Correct.
Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, Diddy's at least implicated partially in the Tupac stuff.
Yeah.
Not charged or anything, but there's some.
Yeah, like the guy that's like on trial for it right now, Keefe D, idiot, has like literally ran around the internet, and you will not believe this. The evidence against him is him actually going to the channel called The Art of Dialogue and Vlad TV, another YouTube channel.
Perfect.
There are 4 videos where he's actually said, yes, I've been involved in this crime. And the reason why he did that is because he believed he was under a proffer agreement. And criminal defense attorneys and folks in that space will know, like, one of the big things with that is confidentiality. And if you're a smart person, you're not going to breach that confidentiality.
Nope.
What did he do when he went on those channels? And you know, Vlad and these guys are just like, okay, like, we're just going to test this guy. Like, is he going to do it? Is he going to dip his toe in? We're going to ask him questions. And like Keefe D just did it. Like, he just talked about it. It was insane. Like, why would you self-snitch on yourself?
Yeah, it's really weird. It's almost like, in that case, you wonder if they somehow thought they had immunity rather than a proffer for cooperation. And it's like, okay, your deal right now is tentative. You don't have anything until you do the cooperation, until you provide the stuff. And if you start going out there and spilling, the reason these have to remain confidential is because you can spoil investigations. You can alert people to what's going on. Evidence can start disappearing. People can start disappearing. They don't want that to happen. They want these investigations, they want them to be in secret until the last possible moment when they, start pulling people in and grabbing the culprits. But it's I love it. I love how dumb people can be.
That's not all. He also wrote a book.
Oh, of course he did. Why wouldn't he do that?
Did that too. He also participated in an A&E documentary, and when the police kicked in the door waving the 4-4 to do the search warrant in this past summer, he actually held on to the shell casings from the murder itself.
Well, I mean, why wouldn't you do that? I mean, that just seems like
they
good.
sold the car. They sold the car that Tupac was killed in. Like, someone purchased it. It's insane. This is a business.
See, I that doesn't surprise me.
It's important to note, as we discuss these allegations, and Lord knows Diddy has so many of them, they are just that, for now, allegations. I mean, come on. Most of us do not believe that. However, in the United States, the principle of innocent until proven guilty is foundational, and it's critical we uphold this as the legal process unfolds and keep that in the back of our minds.
It's just funny because he talked about respondeat superior, and it's kind of like, you know, the employee or the boss answers for the crimes of the employee, or the company does, right? It's almost like he tried to go up the ladder and add all the defendants, right? Like even with the Love Records, you know, Motown going up the ladder to Universal. That's 3 companies where he's trying to go up the ladder and get everyone, you know?
100%. Because when you go up the ladder, what's up the ladder? Does anybody know what's up the ladder? Anybody know what's up there? Money. Money is what's at the top of the ladder. And if you can leave that ladder and then go to get on another ladder and go up there, it's even more money. And even more money.
It's chutes and ladders. It's legal chutes and ladders.
Legal chutes and ladders. I love that. I love that. All right, so let's keep going here. So they're saying that, you know, the allegation that Little Rod personally saw Sir Lucian go into disappear with Sean P. Diddy Combs into Sean's room for hours can only be either a delusion or a lie. Since the exact same allegation is made in the first amended complaint as to Ethiopia.
The legal implications of these allegations and the subsequent raids are vast. If evidence supporting the claims of human trafficking is found, it could lead to serious charges against Combs. Human trafficking charges are the most severe in the American criminal justice system, carrying lengthy sentences upon conviction. But the road from allegation to conviction is long and complicated. It involves gathering evidence, possible arrests, charges, then a trial. Also notably this week, we saw Diddy's alleged drug mule arrested the day following the raid.
Paul, he was arrested for possession of cocaine and marijuana gummies, and this is unrelated to that larger investigation by the feds, but Paul is named one of several civil lawsuits filed against Diddy as a drug mule working for the music moguls.
We did see a statement issued from Diddy's attorney, Aaron Dyer, which reads, "There is no excuse for the excessive show of force and hostility exhibited by authorities or the way his children and employees were treated. Mr. Combs was never detained, but spoke to and cooperated with authorities. Despite media speculation, neither Mr. Combs nor any of his family members have been arrested, nor has their ability to travel been restricted in any way." Many legal analysts have agreed, upon reviewing this statement, Diddy fully intends to litigate his criminal investigations in court should charges be brought against him. We're going to be watching this one super closely. Stay safe out there. See you in the next one. Bye.